Hey guys, welcome back to Godzillathon, and I want to again apologize of what happened. Basically, I was extremely busy that time after posting the previous film last month, and now I'm taking a break again, and hopefully what I can do hopefully is to review two Godzilla movies each weekend, like each day, like on the weekend. I could post two of them. Like tomorrow, I'll review the next one. Hopefully, I can review the next one tomorrow. And I really got to catch up on to like all the way to the one that's coming out next year. Hooray! We got a year left for Godzilla 2. Yes. So we are now on episode 5, and this is the movie, one of the first Godzilla movies I've ever watched. Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. So this movie, Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, is the first ever Godzilla movie to feature a Godzilla villain, the first villain of the Godzilla franchise, called Ghidorah, or in the Japanese version, he was called King Ghidorah. I don't know why in the U.S. he's called Ghidorah, but that doesn't matter because that's probably one of his nicknames, Ghidorah. But this movie, I had to be honest, is one of the first I saw, and I enjoyed it a lot when I was a kid. It was one of the best Godzilla movies ever. It also brings a kaiju that first appeared in his own film. Just much like the previous film with Mothra, who first appeared in her own film in 1961. In 1956, Rodan was first appeared, and he came into this movie. This is his second movie, and his debut in a Godzilla movie. Basically, he also, much like Mothra, is not really a Godzilla monster. I don't know, just saying. So, this, let's just say, this is something I just love to see. I mean, yes, we finally get to introduce Godzilla's Joker. This is basically Godzilla and King Ghidorah, much like Batman and the Joker. Um, King Ghidorah is pretty much the villainess of Godzilla. Obviously, he is. So let's begin. It all started out with this opening theme, which is probably awesome, just an awesome opening theme that I really got into. It really got into my head. The opening sequence is just awesome. But then we open to a scene where we spot the Japanese, or a few people, and I don't know where it's located at, with a few telescopes looking out to the stars and stuff like that. Then they see a bunch of shooting stars coming down, but one of them came out to be a meteor which hit on the ground officially, like where the mountains are in the forest and stuff, which later on these people went to go camping and shit. So basically, I don't remember much later on. I don't know what's going on. Um, like a little bit. I'm just going a little fast because I just kept forgetting stuff, and plus I want to go into a big rush. We head to a plane where where we see like one of our main characters, which is a princess. Yes, a princess. Uh, the prince, her name is Selena. No, it's not Selena Kyle, you dumbasses. No, no, no. Just Princess Selena Slano of Selgina, played by Akiko Wakabayashi. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not getting some actors right unless there was like a Kiritaka Rodan shit, and some of the characters like I've seen like in episode 15, which I'll get to that in the future. Um, of and there's like a professor like Ishiro Kozumi. Okay, let me go back for a moment. The princess in the plane. There was like a big star like going into her mind. It's like some whatever who it is that's from another planet telling the world is in danger and shit like that. The U.S. version really just ruined it because saying that was a Martian. What the fuck were you thinking? Fuck you, American studio. You guys are on crack. Like, really. Yeah, much closer to TriStar or shit like that. So she did escape the plane. I don't know how did she survive. Like, was she carrying a parachute, or did she fall into the water, or how did she get out? So basically, then I don't know if this happened like first off, we get to see like in a show like on stage where we get to see the Mothra fairs. By the way, this is a reference to maybe somewhat reference to Mothra 1961. People being on stage. That's my thing actually, being on stage because yes, I'm an actor. I don't fucking care. I'm an actor. Anyways, so they get to tell these two children, the two boys, that they ask about two baby Mothras. They confirmed to say one of them is dead. Like, yes, one of them is dead. The other is still alive. I mean, she's fine, I guess. They get to sing, but this is a different song actually, not the Mothra song you listened to in like you heard in 1961. So yep, they get to show the baby Mothra where he is or where she is at Infant Island. Yep, that's where she is. So yep, you get to finally see her. Later on, like the princess actually came to Tokyo or Japan somewhere. Actually telling people she's actually from like another planet or some explanation I can't remember. In the American version, she tells the truth that she's a Martian, and I mean, like I said, fuck you, American studio. Why would you fucking screw that up? Fuck you guys. Fuck you. Anyways, so out of nowhere, there's like mountains and shit, like the grand like canyons and shit. Um, it starts to collapse. What like before that? A guy drops his hat. I can't remember that. I can't remember him. I do remember that scene. The guy drops his hat and he tries to pick it up, like when he goes down. Then he sees like it collapses or something, and I remember this. Ah, the monster! Rodan, run! Yep, that's right. Rodan is back. Rodan is back. So, Rodan got out from the canyons, which, by the way, guys, just so you know, it's a direct sequel from. It's also a sequel from Rodan 1956, but this is a new Rodan. Like this Rodan is the offspring of the two Rodans, yeah, the male and female Rodan. Yes, there was a female Rodan in 1956 because those are Rodan's parents. The Rodan we know, that's his parents. And anyways, so on the cruise or something, the Shubijins actually talked. Yeah, the Shubijins are the fairies. Talked with the people that, like the people asked, will Godzilla and Rodan join up with Mothra and stuff like that, or so? No. They talked about like what do they think of Godzilla and Rodan. They said they knew Godzilla, but Rodan is another creature that's basically another force of destruction creature, and they went to go off, but unfortunately, the princess who was brainwashed by whatever you call, just appears out of nowhere, telling them they cannot leave. What a bitch! Actually, what a dumbass who actually keeps controlling the princess. What a dick! Like really, what a dick. Yes, that's pretty dicky. Like really. Anyways, which I need to keep on going with stuff like that. Another thing I do remember is the main character, like the main guy. Um, I can't remember. I'm trying to get his name. Played by Yosoki Natsuki. I think that's the main character's name, or Hiroshima Kozimo. They're actually with the princess or the brain. Oh wait, yeah. They're actually with the princess or some other female that was with them. Are basically with her, the brainwashed princess, of course. in a hotel where she has to get assassinated. By the way, that's one of the points. There's like assassins trying to kill the princess. Oh my god. I mean, really. So, later on, with all this shit's going on. By the way, during some time in the entire movie, it always cuts to camping going on with this meteor that's about to hatch soon. And guess what? Somewhere before the end of the movie, it gets to. Oh wait, I skipped something. Godzilla actually came out of the ocean and he destroyed a ship. Okay, that's a reference. Good reference to Gojira, the original, where Godzilla destroys a ship with his atomic breath. That's basically the same thing, except it's in colors. And Godzilla's suit is a little bit different. It's basically the same as the previous film. Fuck yeah. Anyways, anyways, keeping on going, the meteor actually hatched out. It turned out to be a 3-headed golden dragon, which we came to know as King Ghidorah. Yay! King Ghidorah is finally awoken. Godzilla's greatest enemy appears. So, yeah, here we go. King Ghidorah begins to appear in Tokyo and causing too much shit around the world. Whoop-de-fucking-do. So, King Ghidorah is destroying a bunch of shit. The Shubachins convinced Mothra to join in to help to save to save Tokyo. By the way, during King Ghidorah's destruction, Godzilla confronts Rodan, and both are in a fight. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of makes sense. It makes sense how Godzilla doesn't get along with any of his allies. But out of all his allies, I didn't mention this. I'm sure everyone should mention this. Rodan is Godzilla's least favorite ally because I have no idea what's going on, but they just really hate each other so bad. Like, really, they hate each other. So, basically, with King Ghidorah's destruction going on, the princess, or whatever alien you call that's brainwashing the bitch, is actually doing some shit. What were you thinking, dumbass? Ugh, anyways. So, what was that? Oh, Mothra actually found, Godzilla and Rodan's, playing, let's just say volleyball. Yes, they're playing volleyball. I thought that was hilarious. Whoever loses, Mothra actually gets to shoot webs. And Godzilla actually lost. Rodan begins to chuckle like big time. I thought that was funny. But then once Godzilla gets finished webbed, Rodan gets webbed too, and Godzilla gets to laugh his ass off. Also, oh, by the way, I didn't mention this previously when Rodan was appearing in this movie. His jaw, the bottom jaw, gets to break down in the Japanese version. I thought that was a terrible shot. Like, really, that was terrible. But I don't know. I think that was the last thing we saw. Anyways, Rodan, so speaking of bad effects on that one, Rodan, when he gets webbed on his face, it looks like his face was melting. Oh, great. Melted face. Sign me up. So, anyways, I'm pretty sure that's where, the brainwashed princess got away. Princess Selena, yes. My favorite part of the movie. Oh, and there's another fact I forgot to mention. That was hilarious. When Rodan was doing the peacock, the woodpecker, kind like how it does, knocking on the head of Godzilla with his beak, and when Rodan's still roaring, Godzilla's eyes began to move like constantly, like he's dizzy. I thought that was funny. Oh, and there's another one I forgot. That makes me laugh too much. The dick drop. Rodan was carrying Godzilla, and Godzilla just fell on, let's just say, oh my god, on this electrical coils or whatever you call it, the power plant, and like Godzilla lands on that with his dick. Oh my god, that really hurts. That hurts the poor guy. Yes. And so, I forgot those. Keeping on going. Mothra actually confronts Godzilla and Rodan. The best part has to be this. One of the funniest parts. Mothra convinces Godzilla Rodan by talking in translation. The Shubachins translate to say, um, that what they're trying to say, whatever you think, like we need to stop the monster that's a threat to the planet. And Godzilla says, Godzilla actually tells that mankind has no respect for any of us. Rodan does agree with that, like he does. But Mothra's actually trying. Oh, and here comes a funny line. Ooh, Godzilla! What a terrible language! I love that line big time. I'm pretty sure Godzilla's like, no, fuck this. Like, fuck you guys. And that's where that people were thinking Godzilla was cursing. Fuck yeah. Anyways, so Godzilla and Rodan didn't listen. Mothra larva had to go fight King Ghidorah by herself. And basically, here's the sad thing, she got her ass handed. And, well, actually, Rodan and Godzilla didn't fight, but they were, like, watching her, like, walking away. And basically, Mothra got her ass kicked by King Ghidorah, and guess what? Godzilla and Rodan joined in. That is my favorite part of the movie, really. All three monsters against one big of a threat to the world. Yes. And as James Rolfe's line says, 3 heads is better than 1, and 4 monsters are better than 2. Big time, yes. Good times. I mean, really good times. I will forever watch that. Godzilla even grabs his tail to throw him around and shit. Mothra keeps spitting webs out of her mouth to stop Ghidorah's heads from going crazy in Corania. Godzilla throws rocks on Ghidorah's face. Rodan bounces or like hit through King Ghidorah while they were both flying on King Ghidorah's belly or something. That was funny. And basically, Mothra did bite Godzilla's tail, but instead of hurting him, she gets pulled up by Godzilla. Like Godzilla was like, "Hey, come up, let's go, let's do this, let's kick some ass." And basically, at the end, Ghidorah lost the fight and he gets away. Whoop-de-fucking-do. The world is safe. That is brilliant. So, and also another thing I forgot to mention, the brainwashed princess, aka Princess Selena, basically tells the world like, "Help! The world is in danger! Help us!" And then, yeah, assassin shot her on the shoulder, I guess. On the shoulder, hopefully not on the neck. Then the alien thing that was controlling her is off her mind. Fine the fucking leave. And then she recognized and goes, "Hey! I know you! You're the traitor!" The one that was shooting her. And the one who's trying to save her got shot too, but of course the traitor actually dies. The assassin, yes. The assassin was killed by Ghidorah's lightning. Yes, that was one of Ghidorah's attacks. The gravity lightning beam. Anyways, I forgot about that. So basically, at the end, the princess actually just tells the truth. It wasn't really her that actually tells the truth why she was an alien trying to tell the world that it's in danger and stuff. It's because she was controlled. She didn't even remember anything. She was in amnesia. So at the end, she went off. Actually, Mothra and the 2 Shubijin fairies went off saying, "Goodbye, Rodan! Goodbye, Godzilla!" Saying goodbye and saying like, they're going back to Infant Island stuff. And guess what? That's the end of the movie. Yay. So, the movie was fucking good! If there's any kids out there that loved Pacific Rim and shit, I highly recommend they should watch this movie more. It's way fun. It's so fun. It's really enjoyable. I do recommend it. I loved it so bad. I mean, the characters, the princess is okay and stuff like that. Her performance was great. Princess Selena was great. I loved her performance. That's the only thing I can know. The Shubijins, played by the diseasing Emi Ito and Yumi Ito. Those are the names of the actresses of the Shubijins. They did really good, and I love the costume designs on them. That is just so fucking sexy. Like, really, it's so sexy. Back in the 60s, of course. So, yeah, I love the characters. The music by none other than Akira Fukube was just awesome, especially Ghidorah's theme. Dun 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 dun. That was just awesome. This movie was directed by Ishiro Honda. He's really great at this movie. And now, let's talk about the monsters. I'm going to start with my least to my all-time favorite. I'm going to start with Rodan. Rodan is awesome. I love to see him in this movie. He's so great. But, like, you want to... I mean, it's so great to see him, like, just like Godzilla, he is portrayed as an antagonist. I mean, that is just awesome. I love this design, really. It's awesome. Rodan did really good. My sad complaint is that this is the only movie to feature this design. The next movie, which I'm going to review soon, it just looks like crap. Which I'm going to get to that movie. It looks crap. So, also another complaint about it. I don't like the size of the Showa Rodan because he looks too tall. He's too fucking tall. The Heisei and Millennium versions does better. Okay, forget that. I mean... Basically, it's just odd, like, really. It's a little bit weird, but hey, it's not that bad. Okay, yeah. Let me talk about Mothra in this movie. I mean, she's wonderful. I mean, I would love to see her in her imago form in this movie with helping Godzilla and Rodan fighting against King Ghidorah. We're probably going to see that next year. We're going to see the Imago Mothra helping Godzilla and Rodan next year, hopefully, if Michael Dougherty could do justice with that. I would love to see her design, big time. It's so great. I mean, this Mothra actually is portrayed as a protagonist, like always, and I just love how she portrays to help Godzilla and Rodan to kill King Ghidorah. No, not kill, just fight against King Ghidorah, yeah. Now I will go to, the best kaiju, or should I say my all-time favorite villain in general, King Ghidorah himself. In the Japanese version, he's actually called King Ghidorah. In the American version, it was just called Ghidorah, or just a weird title, Ghidorah, whatever you want to call him. Ghidorah, honestly, was brilliant. He's brilliant. It's great to see him becoming the first Godzilla villain to be introduced, compared to some other ones. Ghidorah, I mean, it kind of it will always reminds us of Batman issue number 1, where his first arch enemy is actually none other than the Joker. Basically, yeah. Actually, this reminds me, King Ghidorah is actually going to be the next villain for the Godzilla entry, because the first Godzilla 2014 film, we got the Mitos. Second movie, we're getting King Ghidorah. This is like the Dark Knight trilogy. It's kind of like the Dark Knight trilogy, where the first one is the Scarecrow, the second villain is the Joker. King Ghidorah, to me, I know Godzilla Gamera 2012 mentioned that he's the Lex Luthor of Godzilla, and he's, of course, Superman's arch nemesis. And Gigan's the Joker, which, by the way, I don't agree with this. King Ghidorah is a Joker too. He is the Joker too, but King Ghidorah is more like the Mark Hamill Joker. Yes, that's right. Basically, King Ghidorah obviously is one of the most memorable adversaries of Godzilla. Probably the most memorable adversary. How could anyone would ever forget Godzilla's iconic villain? Like, really, the most iconic villain of all time in the Godzilla entry. I mean, yes, you could like Gigan more, you could like Mechagodzilla more, you could like any other kaijus villainous more, but King Ghidorah is always going to be on top of everyone else. Yes, sir. And, of course, Godzilla himself. Now, let's be clarified. Yes, it is the same design like you recognize, but, his character is 10 times different than how we remember it in 54. He's basically the good guy. This is the first Godzilla movie to feature him as a good guy. I love that. That's what I love to see, like when I first saw as a kid in in the Showa films is Godzilla as a good guy, and because Godzilla has his Joker, he's the good guy, and there could be 1,000 villains and stuff. Holy shit! Yes, I love Godzilla as an anti-hero. I mean, much like the Heisei and a few Millennium ones, good guy comes close. I don't like Godzilla being a villain, like an evil villain. I don't like that. No. So basically, yeah. So that's all the monsters, if you ask me. Thank you so much. Oh, and one last thing before I give my ratings to this movie, basically about yes, Godzilla. This movie is getting a remake, like I mentioned before. This movie is getting a remake next year in the sequel to 2014, like you recognize. But the point is, I was gonna tell you, I have made contact with guess who? One of the cast members of Godzilla 2 King of the Monsters, which is basically the remake of this movie. I made contact with one of the cast members. Yes. I follow Millie Bobby Brown on Instagram. Yes, she's the main character of the movie. Her character is the main character, obviously. Yes, from Stranger Things to Godzilla. But my question had to be clarified. Even if she wants to reply to me about something, I asked her about Godzilla. Like no, I asked her like about the movie she's in. Like I asked her like when's the trailer's gonna be released, or some shit like that. Okay, guys, I don't think you should answer that really because she has to be into the people who she trusts the most. Okay, even if she told me when's the trailer's gonna be released or any spoilers that's happening, I am not gonna tell any of you guys because I don't want to let her down or any of the people that were working on the movie, basically, because that's contains spoilers, and if I spoil you guys, they will cancel the movie. I'm very worried. So basically, I don't want you guys to know. Like I cannot tell you guys when. Even if she told me when is the trailer's gonna be out, I am not gonna tell you guys. Even if she spoiled me everything, I'm not gonna tell you either. Okay. So, yep, that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I hope you guys understand the ending of what I'm gonna tell you about what's gonna happen with Godzilla 2 and stuff. So, here's my rating for this movie. I give this movie a 9 out of 10. Fantastic, brilliant, awesome movie. Go watch it. I fucking dare you. So, that's it with this review. I'll probably review the next one. Maybe tomorrow. See you all.